Now then, hello there once again and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we met a hacker IT specialist guy and this normal dude. This time we're gonna meet somebody else in volume 11 of Pals and Promises Made and Broken. Oh dear, the broken parts are unsettling me. But we'll see what happens there. Alright, so wait, no, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Wait a minute, let's go. Yeah, that's the wrong thing. I should not skip that. Why did I do that? Anyway, another night, another long walk. Despite the blisters, you have started to feel truly optimistic. You've got a lot going for you these days. True, you're still technically a castaway on a hostile planet with absolutely no hope of a rescue, but if you're completely honest, Earth was pretty shitty too. Sure, 98% of everyone here is a psychopath who would rip your face off as soon as look at you, but it's the other 2% that are really gonna make it all worth it. Such as Lynera Scalby. Okay, she seemed like a normal, student type, studious, but then there's the knives above her head and she got crazy. She's a good, well, I mean, most people here are psychotic murderers, so that's like that tracks, I guess. Jesus Christ. Alright, Lynera. How fucked up are you? You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular. You have over 20 friends now, that is popular. But at the same time, you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you. Or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies sometimes seem so sad. A number of trolls now like you, but do any of them truly know you? What you wouldn't give to hang out with someone you have a real history with, someone with whom you don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien, no, I don't know what's going on. Someone with whom you could reminisce about old times. Someone you've hung out with more than once. Right now you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the brooding caverns is around here somewhere. Your heart beats a little faster. Bronya lives close to here, and talk about history. You two know each other deeply from hanging out once, and then seeing her again, her ex-Matesprit's hive. Yeah, that was a bit awkward there, wasn't it? Well, for Elwood, it was awkward. Bronya got over that really easily. Plus you have a phone now. You have the power to text first. Magic. You get out the phone Colonel gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you've learned how to read the new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? Not really, but maybe you struggled with Spanish class in high school, or just a fluke and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. Bronya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a stroll emerges from the shadows. At first you think it's Bronya, but you freeze mid-wave when this new troll steps into the light. Bronya doesn't wear glasses, and she is never glad at you like that. It's you! I remember you. You were down here a few weeks ago. Bothering Bronya and distracting her when we almost had a Lucis stampede. Ouch, is that really how Bronya has described your adventures together? I mean, that's what happened, so maybe it's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in Clown Church, but you like to think you and Bronya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her. A real connection? Is that why you think you can just come down here and text her? Oh, okay, Lynera is obsessed with Bronya. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's one-way love, or something like that. Okay, got it. Holy shit, is Lynera reading Bronya's messages? Does Bronya know she's been doing that? That's none of your business. Bronya and I are best friends. Sure, according to you. Right, okay. Total crazy stalker type. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade responsibilities. and doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her. You have to wonder if Bronya would agree with the statement made on her behalf, and you sure would like to see her in person confirm for yourself. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me what is the nature of your relationship? Why should I allow you to hang out with her, as your text messages so boldly suggested? Bluffing has saved your ass in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offensive here. You're concerned about Bronya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't just look the other way. Make wild claims about your friendship with Bronya to save yourself? What right does Lynera have to creep on Bronya's phone? We do have a handy-dandy little guide up there to tell how pleased Lynera is with our existence. Currently, it's not very. Yeah, fuck it, let's go on the offensive. Fuck it, why not? Let's be aggressive for once. You puff up with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of a relationship with Bronya is between you and Bronya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Lynera is trying to intercept anyone who messages Bronya. What possible reason could she have to justify that? Well, I never! As I said before, I am Bronya's best friend. I take our relationship, my responsibilities as a friend, very seriously. You press the issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of, fishy. Fishy? Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here making fish puns? Like some kind of sea dweller? That is so suspicious. Who knows what Bronya decided to show you when you tricked her into trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're at all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we? You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered they don't dwell in the sea. That they do dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clear you need to backpedal. Before you can try to disown your choice of fish-related phrasing, Lynera advances on you. Obviously, I can't let you talk to Bronya now. You're way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead. Well, she stabs us. Never mind. At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious. When you come to, you're sitting on a chair with your wrists tied. Yep, classic Yandere scenario, hey? Of course it is. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the Jade Blood Hive. A light switches on and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks and bulletin boards with what look like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Lynera, holding a knife. Oh good, you're awake! This is my study cave. In the Jade Blood Hive it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated. So I come here to do homework. That's all, just homework. Sure, totally not stalking material. When you take a second look at the bulletin boards, you see that a lot of what Lynera has pinned up are pictures of Bronya. Yeah, crazy stalker type. There are a few pictures of Lynera and Bronya together, but it's mostly just Bronya by herself. And even a couple blurry photos of Bronya and Elwood. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here. Well, it's out in the open, so, She brandishes the knife in your face. And okay, yeah, sure, now she and her gigantic knife that you have your full attention, you are not looking at her creepy Bronya shrine anymore. I brought you here because your messages to Bronya were highly suspicious. I don't know you, and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Bronya for nefarious purposes. So I brought you here, to vet you. Sure. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are. So, you're definitely going to die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged Jadeblood who was convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kinda sucks. You tried so hard and you got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Good reference to a song. That's a good song. That's nice. Actually, wait, no. Which song is that? I'm thinking. Well, that's a Linkin Park song, isn't it? It's still a good song. Yeah, I was thinking of something else. But it's still a fine song. Yeah, it's good. Oh, come on. Stop playing the victim. We're tied to a chair. If anyone is the victim here, it's me. Of course you are. Of course you are, Miss Yandere. I try so hard to be there for Bronya as her best friend, but she doesn't even know your existence. Lynera stops abruptly. You see her lower lips start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of the knife pointed at your throat droops a bit. Its dejected swing takes it dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Lynera interprets the noise of distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy. It's fine though. Really, it's fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. Yeah, where Bronya barely knows your existence, eh? It's fine as long as she doesn't have any other friends. Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs. Oh, yeah, totally not creepy. Lynera's knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her sea-dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Bronya, the whole stabbing notion can be taken off the table, and she might even let you go. I don't think so. You rack your brain for all the knowledge of Alternia and the relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends, they have a special word for that, right? Moirails. You tell him that you're sure Bronya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Bronya are Moirails, then Lynera must be very special to her. What? Oh, she's blushing. I never said we were Moirails. That's not even the quadrant I want her in. I mean, never mind that. How dare you make assumptions? Hello, knife point again. Shit. You meant to say that you thought your relationship with Bronya was probably fine? You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien. You're bad. I get why you would think that. It's probably so obvious that my feelings for her are very red. Lynera hangs her head and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp shirt collar and the knot of her jade green tie. I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I will ever be to her, no matter what. I tried to do a really good job of being her best friend, because what else can I do? If I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her. Maybe it's the fact that Lynera's knife hasn't come close to you in any of your major arteries for a hot minute, or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy. You've acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some of your other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding your hostage at knife point is a new one for you, but unfortunately it's not that much of a stretch. No, it's still therapist. It seems like young trolls in Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to an alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Maybe, probably, I have no fucking clue. Maybe everyone's too mired in their own shit to look up and realize that the moo beast, vehicle matter in waist high, but everyone around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster while your head still throbs from where Lynera knocked you out. It seems like trying to be Bronya's best friend isn't making Lynera very happy. Of course it isn't making me happy. I can't keep her from having other friends no matter how hard I try. And she's amazing, so of course everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently. You barely even had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes. Your friendship with Bronya is nothing like her relationship with Lynera. You don't count as any kind of competition. Bronya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish her and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that can come from having many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all of your emotional needs. Sounds fake. How would I ever want any friends besides Bronya? She's my whole world. Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Lynera to be relying on Bronya to be her whole world, and Bronya isn't doing the same in return. Has Lynera ever talked to Bronya about any of this? No. Never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful, but losing her would be so much worse. I can't take that risk. if Lynera never talks to Bronya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Bronya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Lynera process her feelings and move on. You know that Lynera has a big heart, blood pusher, and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever. Wow. You really think I have fine qualities? You try very hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Lynera has positive qualities. She seems loyal and well-organized and studious and caring. Some trolls out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Lynera is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever. I don't know. Maybe you're right or maybe you're wrong. But I don't want to move on. Even if I know I should. I just want to be with Bronya forever. Lynera crumples to the ground, dropping her knife and sobbing into her hands. It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them. But on the other hand, her misery has distracted her, and this might be your only chance to try and escape. Come on. Come on. Full therapist mode. You remember what you did for Lippa when she was upset? Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shoosh-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture. Lynera is huddled crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knee against her back or something. Hopefully that would be interpreted in the same way as the classic palm to cheek move. You inch your chair close to her, but you lose your bounce and wobble and then topple forward. And as the discarded knife is right there, sharp edge ready to plunge right into your incoming soft body. But then Lynera moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life. Oh shit, that was a close one. You really could have died. She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it, but you're glad it's having an impact on her if it makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing. I'm so sorry. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with that chair when you fell. You were trying to be for the traditional seated front hinge shoosh pop because I was upset. It was very kind of you to try and console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, you know. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Lynera sets her jaw with conviction, and with one slash, cuts you free of your bones. You get to your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe getting out of this situation without any blood loss. You feel positively elated about this turn of events, but Lynera still looks sad. You're free to go. You must think the worst of me after all this. Well, you're not going to lie, this wasn't the best start to a friendship you've ever had. But, horrifyingly enough, it also wasn't the worst. No. You feel for Lynera, and you want to show her how a real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Bronya. Oh, you would really do that for me? I'm not so sure about new friends, but you do seem to know what you're talking about. You don't know where to go with Lynera to teach her how to make new friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think the trolls studying in the book hive would take kindly to a lot of the loud, friendly conversation. You decide to go to the cafe that Elwood introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having an excessive bodily force poetry tonight, since you're not sure that would be Lynera's scene. There are a number of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals in a cluster of defiant-looking olive bloods with some yellows, all sitting together. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercutted than it was when you were here with Elwood, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. You order the drinks, already taking for granted that your newly acquired skill in reading troll language. Yeah, sure, we just know that now. Lynera is fidgeting when you sit down with her. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. I don't have time. There's so much to learn about jade blood life and troll reproduction. And Bronya needs my help to maintain order. It's not very often that I have to, interact with trolls of other blood colors. You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable. The trolls around here that are lower than her on the hemo spectrum, or those that are higher. It's both. You've worked out by now that jades are right in the middle, so maybe Lynera identifies with neither, the haves nor the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with Jades. You're sure, Lynera, that it's natural to be a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the core. But it's worth it in the end. I'm not nervous or embarrassed. It's just, I don't know. Everyone seems disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown. You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing. It's not even funny, it's just that Lynera is hissing all her words and leaning in towards you and glaring at the rest of the room, and the overall effect is weirdly endearing. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat. Before you can try again to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to you, table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag and has a teal symbol on her chest, so she might be a nerd like Lynera. This could be a good new friend match. New friend. Hi guys, I think I've seen you around here. Do you also study at the book hive? You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down, but before you can respond, Lynera interjects. That's not any of your business, is it? What do you even want to know? Obviously anyone who goes to the book hive to study goes there for peace and quiet. So how would you think you can bother us just because you recognized us from there? Okay, geez. My bad, never mind. See you around, never. And just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone up in a puff of smoke. What was Lynera thinking being so rude? Doesn't she want to learn how to make friends? I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I could be friends with any of the people here. I don't know them, not like I know you. But you didn't know us at all, earlier. You're surprised to hear that Lynera feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. She takes your hand in both of her hands, squeezing your fingers, said, yeah, that's the thing with Yanderes, the moment they have any kind of attachment, it goes, like shoots through the roof, basically. Even a modicum of attachment becomes passion. I know we didn't get off a great start, and that's my fault, but I can make it up to you. We're friends now, and we'll be friends forever. Yeah, see, it's instantly. It's like, it's on or off. There is no middle ground. And I will call anyone who ever thinks about trying to fuck you with you. Yeah. Crazy Yanderes. This is not quite the lesson you had hoped to teach her about making friends. But maybe with her fierce loyalty and possessive streak spread out between you and Bronya, Lynera can be a little more low-key about being a friend to you both. The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses don't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight. And you believe in second chances. You believe that Lynera will be capable of healthy friendship someday. Maybe. Friendship. Yes, with intense red lettering. And super crazy eyes. And a knife with a bit of green stuff on it as well. Okay, well, Lynera is... that's the thing with Yanderes. If they decide to like you, they're gonna be like the nicest and best friends ever. Forever. But anyone else, and you kind of fucked. Oh well. She's... It's good to be on the Yanderes' good side, basically. Anyway, let's just move on. Let's just move on from that. Okay, let's try to move on, but not in a way that would offend her, because then we would die. Yes. I don't know if there's a good way to deal with them at all. Other than like... No, I don't know. I don't think so. No, there are no good options. Well, anyway. Do your best. I'll see you around.